Yun lang siya. So the sum of the first n terms of the geometric sequence can be written as we have s of n equals a sub 1 times 1 minus r raised to n divided by or all over 1 minus r. Wherein yung s sub n natin is the sum of all the terms. Yung a sub 1 natin is the first term. Yung r natin is the common ratio. Yung n natin is the number of terms. Ang restriction lang natin dito is we have r should not be equal to 1. Again, yung r natin should not be equal to 1 kasi if r is equal to 1, ang generalization natin dito, no sum na lang. But siya no sum kasi if you will consider the denominator, we have 1 minus 1. Yung denominator natin should be will be equal to 0. Pag naging equal to 0 siya, it is undefined or indeterminate. Diba? Hindi na natin siya ma-define. So although we classify yung certain sequence as geometric pa rin because we allow ratio of 1. Hindi lang naman natin ina-allow, di ba, yung ratio of 0. Pero in this scenario, we allow ratio of 1. Pero for geometric series or the sum of the geometric sequence, we do not accept yung value ng r as 1 or else, ang answer natin doon is no sum. So, ma-determine naman natin siya mamaya. So, example number 1. So, what is the sum of the first 10 terms of the sequence 3, 6, 12, 24, and then 48? Diba pinakita ko sa klase ko kanina? So, we have a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4, and then a sub 5. And then, ang gagawin natin, generate natin yung a sub 6, yung a sub 7, yung a sub 8, yung a sub 9, and also a sub 10. Then, after generating those values, we add those terms to compute for the sum. Diba? We will add those terms to compute for the sum of the given sequence. Diba, very familiar naman na kayo about rule. Diba, yung rule natin to establish the next term is to multiply by 2. Again, multiply by 2. Or pwede nyo kunin yung common ratio to generate the next term of the sequence. Ang ratio lang din naman natin dun is just 2. So, since nasa 48 na tayo, we multiply yung 48 by 2 to get 96. We multiply 96 by 2 to get 192. We multiply 192 by 2 to get 384. Another times 2 ulit, so we have 768 and then we have 1536. Ito yung mga magiging corresponding values natin for a sub 6 up to a sub 10. Ang gagawin natin is I will try to add those terms para mapakita natin na ito yung maging procedure natin if ever na nakalimutan nyo yung formula. So we have 3 plus 6 plus 12 plus 24 plus 48 plus 96 plus 192 plus we have 384 plus 768 or 768 plus 1,536. So, answer natin is 3,069. So, by continuously adding yung mga terms natin, we will come up with 3,069 as the sum. Ito yung magiging procedure. But since we have formula, hindi na natin gagawin yan. Okay na, since we have formula, hindi na natin gagawin yan. Based on this problem, ang a sub 1 natin is 3. So, ito na yon. Yung n natin is 10 because of the term first 10 terms. Ito siya. Yung common ratio natin, kaya tayo nag-come up with 2 because we can divide consecutive terms. Diba yung a sub 2 natin based on this is 6. Yung a sub 1 natin is 3. So, 6 divided by 3 is 2. Yan yun. Kaya meron tayong a sub 1 as 3, n as 10, then r equals 2. Itong part ng s sub n, magiging s sub 10 na yan because the value of n is 10. So, ang sabi lang dyan, ang basa lang natin dyan sa part na yan is the sum of the first 10 terms of the sequence. The sum of the first 10 terms of the sequence. Copying ko lang yung formula and then after copying the formula, try natin siyang i-simplify. And then try ko rin siyang i-plug sa calculator para makita nyo on how to write this in the calculator or plug this in the calculator. Yung a sub n natin is we have s sub 10. So, establish na muna natin yung numerator. Yung numerator natin is a sub 1. So, this is 3. And then we have 1 minus r raised to n. So copy nyo yung 1, then equals, then we have r raised to n. Ang r natin is 2, ang n natin is 10. So we have 2 raised to 10. Divided by 1 minus r, so we have 1 minus 2. So we have 1 minus 2. Next natin, simplify. Meron tayong 3. Then we have 1 minus, iwan muna natin tong part na to. And then we subtract 1 by 2. So meron tayong negative 1. Dito tayo mag-stop muna. So we have 2 raised to 10. Diba when you have 2 raised to 10, it means meron tayong 10 na 2. So multiply nyo yung 10 na 2 na yan para ma-establish nyo yung value ng 2 raised to 10. So try natin tong ipakita. At least hanggang dito sa part na to. So multiply daw yung 10 na 2 na yan. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So 32 to, 64. And then we have 128, 256, 512, and then we have 1024. So this will be equal to 1024. Kaya di ba kung may calcio kayo, very instant na lang natin siyang ma-obtain or masosolve. Di ba sa calcio, yung 2 raised to 10 ganito yun eh. So we have 2 raised to 10. So this is 1024. So parehas lang or tama lang siya ng kanina. So next natin, after this, simplify natin. So we have 3 times 1 minus 1024. So we have negative 1023. Then divided by negative 1. Simplify natin, multiply 3 by negative 1023. So this is equal to negative 3069 divided by negative 1. Diba pag dinivide natin siya by negative, yung negative term, positive na yan. So this is 3069. So parehas siya na naging sagot natin doon sa solution natin wherein we generate yung first term, we generate the sixth term up to the 10th term of the sequence. Ito rin yung magiging sagot natin for this scenario. Try ko lang siyang i-plug or ipakita kung kaya natin siyang i-represent using this calculator. Or try lang natin siyang i-establish. So yung numerator daw is we have 3 times quantity 1 minus 2 raised to 10. Medyo mas madali pag ganitong type ng calculus yung ginagamit natin eh. Kaysa yung normal calculators na nakikita ko, especially pag nagkaklase tayo sa room. Then divided by, we have 1 minus 2. Sana lang walang maging error para may smooth kagad siyang lalabas. So we have 3069 as the sum of the first 10 terms of the sequence. So ito rin yung sagot natin. So we have S sub 10 as 3069. So therefore, the sum of the first 10 terms is 3069. Next natin, doon tayo sa part ng 2. So if the sum of the first 7 terms of the geometric sequence is 2059 over 8 and the common ratio is 3 halves. So find the first term of the sequence. Actually, pwede na tong part na to or slide na to, pero siguro dito na lang din tayo maglagay, no? Dito sa part na to. Kunin muna natin or establish ko lang muna kung ano yung mga kailangan. So sabi dyan, the sum of the first 7 terms of the sequence. So ano yung mga corresponding given that we need para masagutan tong part na to. Sabi dyan, the sum of the 7 terms of the sequence. So we have S sub 7. Based on this, we have 2059 over 8. 1059 over 8. Next natin, kailangan malaman yung N. Kailangan malaman yung A sub 1. Kailangan malaman yung value ng R. Doon muna tayo sa N. Siyempre, ang N natin, ito na rin. Yung per 7 term, so this will be equal to 7. Meron ba tayong A sub 1? So, wala. Kasi based on the problem, find the first term of the sequence. So, ito yung nawawala. Meron ba tayong R? Ang R natin is 3 halves. So, ang R natin is 3 halves. Still, we can use yung formula kanina. So, maganda yung ngayon, medyo malaki-laki yung space. So, we have S sub N equals A sub 1 times 1 minus R raised to N divided by 1 minus r. Kung may napansin tayong error, ito lang naman yun yung nasa kabilang side lang yun. Magamit natin itong nasa gilid as point of comparison para ma-arrive yung sagot natin. So yung S sub n natin is S sub 7. Yung S sub n natin is S sub 7. So this will be equal to 2059 over 8. Then equals, wala tayong A sub 1, so as is lang yan. And then we have 1 minus r raised to n. So meron tayong 1 minus, ano yung r natin? So we have 3 halves. So we have 3 halves raised to 7. So medyo malaki itong given natin, kaya medyo mahirap. Then divided by, we have 1 minus yung r natin as 3 halves. Kailangan lang maging careful tayo, especially sa case na to kasi mahirap-hirap din yung given natin. Start muna tayo with the denominator. So start muna tayo with the denominator. Simplify nyo muna yung 1 sa yung 3 halves. So 1 minus 3 halves. Ang gagawin natin, itong 1 lang muna yung titignan natin. We will try to convert itong 1 or 1 over 1 as 2 as the denominator by yung principle ng LCD. Since 2 yung nasa baba, 1 tayo dun sa isa, yung multiply 2. Siyempre kung ano yung multiply natin sa denominator, yun din yung multiply natin sa numerator. So meron tayong 1 times 2 times 1 times 2, meron tayong 2 over 2. So we have 2 over 2. So ang mangyari dyan, we have 2 over 2 minus 3 halves or 3 over 2. So copy nyo yung denominator and then subtract nyo yung 2 by 3 so to get negative 1. So magkakaroon na tayo ng denominator dito na negative 1 half or 1 over 2. Sa case na to, meron tayo ditong 2059 over 8. So next natin, dito sa kabilang side, we have a sub 1 times 1 minus, ito naman, yung 3 halves raised to 7. So sinabi natin 3 halves raised to 7, it is the same with 3 raised to 7 over 2 raised to 7. So ayan siya. So case na yan, kung medyo mahirap na sa inyo, use calculators na. Then pag medyo mahirap na, use calculators na. So we have 3 raised to 7. So this will be equal to 2087. So again, sa case na to, this will be equal to 2087. The denominator naman, when you have 2 raised to 7, replace lang natin yung base. Replace ko lang yung base from 3, gagawin ko lang 2. So we have 2 raised to 7, so we have 128. So sa case natin na to, we have over 128. I think ito yung pinakamahirap na problem natin so far. Doon sa mga naibigay na natin ng mga nakaraan, feeling ko ito na yung pinakamahirap. So we have 2,187 over 128. Pero ang magiging normal solution natin dyan, pag 3 raised to 7, multiply tayo dyan ng 7 na 3. Again yung multiply 7 na 3 para ma-establish natin yung term na kailangan natin. Although medyo patrabaho na to. The same thing with the case of 2 raised to 7. I-establish tayo ng 7 na 2. So, meron tayong 2,187 over 128. Then close parenthesis and then ito pa rin siya. Next natin, simplify. Gaya ng kanina, ang gagawin natin, so subtract nyo yung 1 by 2187. Remember, di ba pag 1 yan, i-adapt lang natin yung denominator, di ba? Pag in-adapt natin yung denominator, yung 1 over 1 kasi, pag kinuha mo siya as 128 as the denominator, di ba mag-multiply tayo ng 128 sa baba? Mag-multiply din tayo ng 128 dito sa taas or numerator and denominator. So we have 128 over 128. Mangyari dyan, we have 128 over 128 minus, we have 2187 over 1028. Ay, 128. In this case, copy nyo na yung 128 and then i-simplify nyo to. What is 128 minus 2,187? Pag sinabtract natin yan ng lalabas, we have negative 2,059. So again, we have negative 2,059. So, ang lalabas dyan, we have 2059 over 8, then equals, we have a sub 1, we have 1 minus negative 2, 1, ay hindi, okay na pala to, no? Wala na palang minus dyan. Raise lang natin ha, may error tayo dito. Or tama lang. So, 1 minus, nasubtract na natin to eh. So, wala na dapat 1, no? So, yung mismong sagot na. So, yung answer natin, nalito ko ng konti. So, we have 2 negative 2059 over 128. Over 128 divided by negative 1 half. Ito na yung magiging solusyon natin. So, parehas na to dun sa ano? Parehas na to dun sa solusyon natin sa slide. So, kindly observe na lang din yung nandun sa slide natin. So, next natin, after this, anong ginawa? Dito kasi sa kanila, diniretso na nila na ano, negative divided by negative. Sa case natin, pwede nating ipakita yon or pwede rin hindi muna nating ipakita. Depende kasi kung ano yung gusto nyong mangyari dun sa solution natin. Siguro try ko muna i-erase yung iba. So, we can use itong ibang part na to as our part for our solution. Erase ko na lang din itong mga part na to if possible. Kasi parang ayaw ma-delete eh. Ito yung problem ko minsan pag ina-annotate ko yung presentation, hindi nabubura lahat oh. Yung talang naka-erase naman talaga dapat. So next natin, simplify yung given term. Dito muna tayo siguro mag-focus. Itong part na to. Kasi total yung a sub 1, hindi naman siya maapektuhan eh. So we focus on this. We have negative 2059 over 128. Then divide natin siya pala, sorry. You have to divide this by negative 1 over 2. Kasi nasa ilalim siya eh. So, this will serve as the divisor. So, meron tayong negative 2059 over 128. Then times, we get the reciprocal ng 1 half, so 2 over 1. Ganito naman yung magiging procedure talaga natin, di ba, pag ang sinagawa nating operation is division. So, negative 2059 times negative 2 divided by 128 times 1. So, sa case na to, ang ginawang solution dyan, minultiply na yung dalawang negative to make it positive. Tapos, nag-divide tayo ng 2 for both numerator and denominator. Para mawala na to, maging 1 na lang. Tapos para maging 64 na lang to. So, maging answer natin is we have 2059 over 64. So, we have 2059 over 64. Or pakita natin kung paano naging ganyan. Sa calcu kasi ganito yung maging itsura niya na. Patindahin natin siyang i-multiply. So, negative 2059 times negative 2. So, meron tayong 4,018, no? 4,018. Tapos, divide natin siya by 128. So, ayan ang lalabas. So, we have 2059 over 64. Dito kasi nag-cancel out na tayo ng common terms para hindi na tayo masyadong mahirapan. Saka para hindi na rin masyadong malaki yung terms na ino-consider natin. Although, may calculator naman din, pero dito sa case na to, nag-simplify na tayo. So, we have 2059 over 8 then equals a sub 1 times 2059 over 64. Again over 64. Ang aim lang natin, diba, is to solve for the value of a sub 1. So, in short, divide nyo pa to by 2059 over 64. The same thing dun sa kabilang side. So, we have 2059 over 64. So, try natin siya i-simplify dito sa kabilang side ulit. So, ito lang naman yung kailangan nating i-focus sa ngayon. This time, cancel out na to. So, may A sub 1 na tayo. So, meron tayong 2,059 over 8. Then, divided by, we have 2,059 over 64. So, dinivide natin yan. So, copy nyo lang, 2,059 over 8. Then, multiply na natin. Kunin yung reciprocal. So, we have 64 over 2,059. Yan siya. Siyempre, pag ginamitan ng calcu, ganito yung maging itsura niyan. Ginamitan natin siya ng calcu. So, we have 2,059 times 64. So, tandaan na lang natin. 131,000. Or then, next natin, divide natin by 8 times 2,059. So, yung answer natin will be equal to 8. So, 8 yung magiging sagot natin. Pero syempre dito sa atin, pwede na tayo mag-cancel out ng common terms eh. Cancel out na lang tayo ng common terms. Like for example, yung 8 saka 64, pwede mong i-divide by 8 para ito 1 na lang. Itong part na to is 8. Itong part na to, 2,059 with another 2,059, 1 na lang yan. So mangyayari, 1 times 8, 1 times 1. So we have 8 over 1 or 8. So ayan siya, 8 yung lalabas dito. So as a result, yung maging answer natin is we have 8 equals a sub 1 or yung a sub 1 is just equal to 8. So, yung first term pala ng sequence na to will be equal to positive 8. So, this will be equal to positive 8. So, next natin, ito na yung last. Then, after this, daan na tayo sa module 4. So, ready na tayo sa module 5 by next live siguro. So, lesson 4 natin is we have infinite geometric series. So, this time, we cannot directly identify the last term of the sequence, and also, we cannot identify the last term of the sequence. So, given an infinite geometric series, its sum can be obtained using the formula. So, mas simple ng konti yung formula to be used in getting the sum of the geometric series or sequence. So, we have S sub infinity or infinite equals A sub 1 over 1 minus R. Pag sinabi natin S sub infinite or infinity, the sum of infinite geometric series. Yung A sub 1 is our first term, yung R natin is our common ratio. Meron lang tayong note dito that you need to consider. Kasi para hindi na tayo problema sometimes to solve for the unknown part of the given. So note that we can only use this formula if we have infinite series. Ayan yung unang criteria. And the absolute value of the common ratio is less than 1. So otherwise, there will be no sum. Kasi sinabi natin absolute value of R less than 1. Like for example, ang normal value ng R natin dapat dito should be fraction. Or even negative fraction will do, di ba? Or possible pa rin. Kasi pag ang ratio natin dito is more than 1, or let's say 1, i-classify na natin siya totally kagad as there's no sum. So, wala na tayong sum for this. Bigay tayo ng example. So, find the sum of the given series for 1, 1/4, and then we have 1 over 16. Lagyan lang natin ng label. So, this is A sub 1, this is A sub 2, this is A sub 3, and then this is A sub 4. Siguro, dagdagan lang natin yung symbol para magmukha talaga siyang infinite. This time, hindi na natin kayang afford na gawin yung generate natin yung mga terms. Kasi, it will take a lifetime para matapos natin yan siguro, di ba? Mahirapan tayo dyan kasi infinite nga yan eh. So, ito yung given scenario natin. So, before we can apply this formula, first we need to make sure that yung R natin should be, or the absolute value of R should be less than 1. So, to do that, alamin nyo muna yung common ratio. Una natin kailangan ma-establish pala na given dito. Aside with A sub 1 as 4, kailangan malaman nyo yung value ng R. Yung R natin, ma-obtain naman natin siya with A sub 2 over A sub 1. Yung A sub 2 natin is 1, A sub 4 natin is 4. So, we have 1/4. Pag kinuha nyo kasi yung absolute value ng 1/4, the absolute value of 1/4 is also 1/4. or let's say pag naka-encounter kayo ng negative 1/4, the absolute value of negative 1/4 is still 1/4. And then this 1/4 is less than 1. So since this is less than 1, we can now use the indicate formula. Pwede nyo na itong gamitin. Again, pwede natin gamitin itong part na to. Kailangan nyo lang naman is a sub 1 as 4, yung r as 1/4, and then ma-obtain nyo na directly kagad yung sum ng infinite sequence natin. So ito yung formula to be used or to be observed. So meron tayong s sub infinite or infinity. Yung a sub 1 natin, di ba, is 4. And then divided by 1 minus, ano ba yung r natin? Yung r natin is we have 1/4. So ito lang yung magiging possible solution natin. Remember, di ba pag 1/1, tapos i-convert mo siya as 4 as the denominator, mag-multiply ka ng 4 dito sa baba, di ba? Mag-multiply ka rin ng 4 sa taas to preserve the fraction. So this will be equal to 4/4. Ibig sabihin pala nun, this is 4 divided by 4/4 minus 1/4. Then next natin, we simplify this. So we have 4 divided by 4/4 minus 1/4 natin. Copy nyo yung 4. And then 4 minus 1 is 3. So meron tayong 4/3. Sinabi natin 4/3, this is the same with 4 divided by 3/4. Diba ang 4 divided by 3/4 is 4. And then itong part na to is multiply. Then get the reciprocal. So we have 4/3. Siyempre, para magkaroon ng denominator, lagay nyo na lang ng 1. So 4 times 4 is 16. And then 1 times 3 is 3. So we have 16/3. So therefore, the sum of this given series is equal to 16/3. So na-identify na natin. So siguro pag may time pa tayo, minsan, generate pa tayo ng more given. Kasi based on this problem, isa lang yung binigay nilang given eh.